Oh, oh, that's weird. I'm in a graveyard. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe to the bald icon.
The Oxenden tunnels are disused railway tunnels in Northamptonshire, England. The Northampton to Market Harbour line opened in 1859 and had tunnels at Oxenden and nearby at Kelmarsh. The original tunnel was single track, and when the line was doubled, a second single track tunnel was built. The upline tunnel is 453 yards, 414 metres long, while the downline is 462 yards, 422 metres. Due to the small bore, the tunnels were known as the rat holes by train drivers. The former up-line tunnel at Oxenden is open as part of the Brampton Valley Way, a linear park that runs from the Borough Level crossing on the outskirts of Northampton to Little Bowden, near Market Harbour on the former railway track bed. Oxenden Tunnel, a dark passage of history and hauntings. Oxenden Tunnel, also known as Kelmarsh Tunnel, deep within the Northamptonshire countryside, hidden beneath the rolling landscape, lies Kelmarsh Tunnel, a disused railway tunnel that has become infamous for its eerie atmosphere and reported paranormal activity. Once part of the Northampton to Market Harbour Railway, the tunnel now serves as a popular walking and cycling route along the Brampton Valley Way. However, beyond its historical significance, Kelmarsh Tunnel has gained a haunted reputation, with visitors reporting strange sounds, ghostly apparitions, and an overwhelming sense of unease within its pitch-black interior. The history of Kelmarsh Tunnel. A Victorian engineering feat, 1859. Kelmarsh Tunnel was constructed in 1859 as part of the London and North Western Railway's Northampton to Market Harbour line. Originally built as a single-track tunnel, the 400-odd metre long passage cut through the Northamptonshire countryside, providing a crucial link for passengers and freight. Decline and closure, 1960s to 1981. By the mid-20th century, Britain's railway network was shrinking, and many branch lines were deemed uneconomical. In 1960, Kelmarsh Tunnel was closed to passenger trains. In 1981, freight services were permanently halted. The once bustling route was left to decay, and nature slowly reclaimed the tracks. Rebirth as the Brampton Valley Way. In the 90s, efforts were made to preserve the former railway line as a recreational path. The Brampton Valley Way, a 17-mile-long trail stretching from Northampton to Market Harbour, was established, allowing walkers, cyclists and horse riders to explore the forgotten tunnels and railway remnants. Today, Kelmarsh Tunnel remains unlit, with visitors requiring to bring torches to navigate its dark, damp interior. While the tunnel has found new life as a historical landmark, it has also become a hotspot for ghost hunters and paranormal enthusiasts. The hauntings of Kelmarsh Tunnel. Kelmarsh Tunnel is widely regarded as one of the most haunted railway tunnels in England. Over the years, numerous visitors have reported unsettling experiences, ranging from strange sounds to full-bodied apparitions. Paranormal investigators have conducted ghost hunts, capturing EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, light anomalies, and unexplained footsteps deep within the tunnel's darkness. The phantom footsteps. One of the most frequently reported phenomena in Kelmarsh Tunnel is the sound of phantom footsteps. Walkers and cyclists claim to hear heavy boots crunching on the gravel behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. Some have even felt cold breaths on their necks, as if an unseen presence is following them. The ghost train theory. A popular legend suggests that the spirit of a long-lost train still lingers within the tunnel. Some claim to have heard the distant sound of a steam locomotive chugging through the passage, accompanied by a faint whistle of a train. However, no trains have passed through Kelmarsh since the 1980s, leading many to believe this is a residual haunting, an echo of the past replaying over time. The shadow figures. Visitors have described seeing tall, shadowy figures lurking at the tunnel's entrance and deep within its unlit interior. These figures are said to be featureless and motionless, standing as if watching those who dare to enter. Some paranormal investigators believe these could be the spirits of railway workers who lost their lives during the tunnel's construction or operation. The Victorian rail worker. One of the most chilling ghost stories tied to the Kelmarsh Tunnel involves the spirit of a railway worker, said to have died in a tragic accident. Some claim to have seen the apparition of a man in Victorian-era work clothes, holding a lantern and walking along the tunnel walls. He is described as having a solemn expression, and when approached, he vanishes into thin air. Last time when Jay was here on his own, he mentioned to me seeing the outline of a man at the end of the tunnel. He was shouting down to him and he had no response or anything from him. Mysterious sounds and cold spots. Many who venture into Kelmarsh Tunnel report experiencing sudden temperature drops, particularly in the middle of the tunnel. Others claim to hear distant whispers, ghostly murmurs, and even the cries of unseen entities. Some paranormal teams have captured disembodied voices on recording devices, with some EVPs suggesting words like "help me" or "danger." It's strange how it mentions about the cries of unseen entities. As Jay was telling me another story about when he was here, and he wasn't even standing in the tunnel. He was about 30 foot away from the tunnel, and he could hear a boy crying. And not like an animal cry, it was a proper boy crying. But every time he got near the tunnel, it stopped. And when he was telling me about it, I could see in his eyes he was being genuine. He seemed pretty scared about it, and he told me it did affect him for a couple of weeks after being there. When we come back on Saturday night to do our own ghost investigations. Hopefully we'll pick a lot of stuff up, because it seems like a very paranormal hotspot down here. We've been getting nothing but eerie feelings, hearing things, digging behind us, footsteps. It's been a strange one here, guys. Definitely a strange one here. Unseen hands and physical sensations. Perhaps the most terrifying encounters involve physical sensations. Several visitors have reported feeling a sudden push or tug on their clothing, as if an invisible force is trying to pull them back. Others have described a crushing pressure on their chest, making it difficult to breathe. An experience often associated with intense paranormal activity. In Victorian times, Britain's railway network grew rapidly. In the 1840s, railway mania saw a frenzy of investment and speculation. £3 billion was spent on building the railways from 1845 to 1900. In 1870, 423 million passengers travelled on 16,000 miles of track, and by the end of Queen Victoria's reign, over 1,100 million passengers were using trains. The railway system offered new chances for travel, holidays, transporting goods, developing businesses, and the growth of towns and cities. The distance between town and countryside was erased. Dairy produce and fish could be delivered easily to different parts of the country within hours. Increased communication allowed for the spread of ideas and national newspapers. A standardised time was introduced across Britain as trains were timetabled. The mobility of labour and maintenance of law and order were made easier. Of course, the railway network also stimulated the coal and iron industries, but led to the decline of the canal system. However, with more people and goods on the move, trains and railway stations arguably offered new opportunities for crime. The first carriages were unlit and unconnected by corridors, so there were cases of lone travellers being robbed or attacked. Railway stations were often packed and busy, which made theft easier. The first railway murder took place in 1864 on a train travelling from Fenchurch Street towards Hackney on the North London Railway, and caused a great deal of public concern about travel safety. A local urban legend states that there is a train bricked up under the bridge, complete with dead passengers and crew. Sometimes the hands of the dead reach up from the ground and try to grab the living. It is said that the story is based on the fact that an experimental railway was constructed here that worked by compressed air but was abandoned after failure. Rail worker killed as he walked on the tracks. The worker's footfalls are sometimes heard echoing through the station late at night. Right guys, we're coming to the end of the video now. I'd like to thank everyone for joining me on this little journey. Hope you've all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe guys. if you haven't done so already. Join the next adventure. I've been the Bald Icon. Appreciate you all. Peace out.